And now we wait. Now we wait. Testing, testing, microphone is working. Hello! Hello to everyone! Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. We're getting started. It's been a long 2 months. It's been a long time. Yeah. I have no script offhand, so I might not say things perfectly, but, what does exonerated mean? It means he didn't do it, basically. It means not guilty. You should... This is not about Rebecca. No, exonerated means the opposite of that. It means that he is not guilty. Thank you, the opinionator. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Saber's, after my video came out, well, he was working on this while I was doing my thing. Saber Spark was able to get his old text messages between him and Emily, like back from 2012 and 2013, and they don't line up with the testimony that Emily told us. I also have a bit of a cough, but that's usual. Yeah, I'm upset. So it's consensual? That's what it seems like. Because I'm on the spectrum, I don't exactly showcase tone too well, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with Emily, at least. Why are people giving Enter such a hard time on Twitter? They're giving me a hard time because I platformed Cope and Seethe, aka Beckett, and they don't like him. I thought we'd have a nebulous non-answer forever, but Saber Spark found his old text messages. And he actually went very on the record with Beckett. So, at this point, like, I have no reason to keep anything a secret, so you can ask me about anything. Oh yeah, what he talked about definitely took some guts. Like, he spent, as I understand it, Saberspark spent like hundreds of dollars in computer repair shops trying to get the old communications back. I'm not going to try and determine Emily's motivations for anything. That's not my place. Details, please. The details are in Beckett's video, Cope and Seethe, and it takes an hour and a half to go through all of them. Yeah, no evidence dropped. That's the long and short of it. How mad am I? Emotions can't be quantified. Yeah, I will be making an addendum. It's not going to be long or complex. I'm just going to be talking about the new evidence and I guess everyone's involvement. Did you do an interview with Cope and Seethe? I wouldn't call it an interview. He asked me like a couple of questions and I answered them, and it was in the video there. According to Beckett, she said she just doesn't remember the facts that Saber's texts and stuff place on the field. What part about all of this pisses you off the most? Now that is a good question. Cope and Seethe is another channel. What show are you done for seeing real right now? I'm doing Samurai Jack. Let's keep topics. I'm gonna tell you the part that pisses me off the absolute most, and it's gonna be like weird and it sounds kind of tangential, but for some reason, and nobody can answer this. After Bonk tried to stream himself jumping off a bridge, Sophie locked the Twitter account away from Bonk. After Bonk gets out to the hospital, Sophie gives him the account back and removes herself from the account. That's the part that pisses me off the most. It sounds weird, but like, why? I'm not kidding. Yeah, I have no idea why she did. Yeah, I was mentioned in the video because me questioning Emily, interviewing her was vital in the end. Yeah, it doesn't make a lick of sense at all. Throwing under a bridge. Bad terminology. Bad terminology for this second. Now, Emily claims she doesn't remember, like, the actual turn of events, what Saber Spark's texts and stuff prove. But if that's the case, it makes her account of events kind of questionable, let's say. When do you think Saber will make a... Saber already made a response video, and then he did a community post. A couple of days ago, I think, and when Beckett's video came out, he did a tweet and a Blue Sky post linking to it. Thank you, Tord fan. Why do people dig up stuff from years ago? Why bring it up many years later? Because it's all about taking someone down. Why would KP do this? That's a good question. Bunk already has tried to go after me. For all intents and purposes, I do believe that Saber Spark is innocent in this scenario. So what are your personal thoughts on who you thought was innocent, guilty during the video's production? If you don't mind me asking. I went back and forth a lot. That's pretty much the long and short of it, I will say. Do you condone Cope and Seethe? I worked with Cope and Seethe for all of this. Like my team worked with his team. Has Bonk tried to harass you yet? We had a long on-call chat with him. That was fun. Not much. Just talk about the basics so far. Why did you get yourself involved with all of this in the first place? That's an investigation for you to solve. I don't know at this point. Like, so much happens, you find yourself in the middle of something and you don't even remember why you started at a point. Is there something new that... Okay, let's see, I'm gonna write... because I don't think people know what exonerated means, but let's change the title to make it a little bit more clear. Do you think Bonk is stalking this stream right now? I think Bonk is commenting. Yeah. Hello, Creepy. Yeah, we're both in the cartoon community. This is cartoon community stuff. I have no idea. So I'll tell you, I'm going to repeat this a lot, apparently. Saber Spark was actually able to find his own text communications with Emily from, like, 2012 and 2013, and they're a completely different story than what Emily told me and my team. So the immediate plan is definitely making some sort of short addendum. I don't think this will get any crazier. Like, pretty much everything is on the table now. I don't see any new stuff coming out. People are talking and texting and all kinds of channels. Yeah. So, like, I think the only mystery left is how culpable everyone who went after Saber Spark was individually. Like, that's really the only thing left to find out. What happened? Oh my god, people keep coming and I'm gonna have to repeat myself. Why they went after Saber Spark of all people? For most of them, it's because of the Black Griffin thing, which I've already said everything that I had to say on that matter. For KP, it was likely because he didn't fire Chris. Does this mean you can rest? I can never rest. I can never rest. Perhaps make a pinned comment. Can you make pinned comments in streams? What's with the black... You're gonna have to do your own research on that. The Black Griffin stuff is not my case, let's say. No, KP and Cope and Seethe are not the same person. That just makes me laugh, just the idea. Oh. How long... Shit's always happening. Shit is always happening. Oh yeah. Like I'm not changing my stance that it was a bad idea to name drop him in the response video. Yes, Lazy Bedhead did do a video on Black Griffin, and then she and Beckett talked, and Lazy Bedhead privated the video. I don't know what's going to happen about any sort of remake. Emily, thank you for the donation. Emily needs to be held accountable for lying, if so. That's not my place to decide what happens. It really isn't my place. All I will say is don't harass anybody. That doesn't help anyone. I don't even know if that is the real Bong. That just might be a spam bot. Hello, do you disagree with anything Cope has done? I'm never gonna vouch for a person 100%. I'll say that. Hello. Hello, everyone. I have literally no idea what KP is going to do after this. Like, literally. I don't even know what KP can do. Thank you for the donation, Ed Young. I don't know. I've always been of the opinion that it's best to stay silent on any internet drama you have no personal stake in. I can see that point of view. But keep in mind that Beckett also had no personal stake, and he basically helped Saber exonerate himself. I'm trying to respond to everything being asked of me, but the chat moves too fast, and people ask a lot of same questions over and over again. If you had any role in this, what do you mean if I had any role? What was it like talking to KP about... no, I do not condone Slug or Oplock saying... No, I don't condone harassment and insults and stuff like that. I will say that right off the chat. Yeah, and I don't think Oplock has even been accused of doing anything like that. Right. What is the cruelest thing anyone has said to you? I'd have to think about that one. Why did Turkey Tom call me years ago? That because he was in high school and didn't know how the world worked. Thank you, Mia. kind of confused. Saber Spark was able to find his own texts from, like, 2013 and stuff. And it told a different story than Emily did. I'm gonna be repeating this a lot, it seems. Oh, get ready for it. I think KP is, like, as old as I am. Can I pin? It's moving. Okay, that's a spam. There we go. Emily and KP are not the same person. KP is I Love Kim Possible a lot. I don't even know how to work this. This is too messy. Please take care of yourself. I'm trying to. Was the bank account a spam bot? I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I legitimately do not know. The next actual review is supposed to be planes. We got spams already. I can explain it really simply. Emily says that after the second incident, she pulled away immediately, and Saber's texts proved that they were talking for, like, months. And from the texts, their relationship appeared to be very amicable. Your co-host for the last... I didn't have any co-hosts in the last... thank you for the donation. I have not heard of that movie. But I have not had any co-hosts in over a year. I don't know what category the KP is in. I really don't. Oh, okay. So that account apparently was legit. Like I said, if he was being harassed, I keep saying throughout this whole thing, I do not condone harassment. And insulting the guy is a bad idea. Like, in my view, bonk should just be ignored. I reviewed Battletoads back in 2013. It was not a good review. Yeah. I could see him trying to do something like that, yeah. Did KP legitimately believe Emily, or was she acting out of spite? I honestly couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. Well, obviously KP and Saber never dated. I don't think anyone's accusing that. Oh, gee, Battletoads. I can't beat Battletoads. Oh, the people that they're busy. Like, they're not co-hosts. They're all busy. Bonk, I believe, is currently the only person running Brony Fandom. I don't know if Sophie is doing anything at all there, at all. Who is this Bonk guy? Bonk is one of the two people who ran the Brony Fandom account. The other person was Sophie, but Sophie rarely used and posted on it, as far as I can tell. I don't know if she even has access to it at all anymore. No, I cannot review that, Lanza. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about Sophie. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing about the interview, to be completely honest with you. Is Saber going to try and sue? His community post did say that he was looking into legal action. I don't know against who. Where's you can see this new evidence in the new video on Cope and Seethe's channel. Bonk said that Sophie didn't want to get involved with the Saber accusations. However, there's a screenshot of a group chat with Emily and Sophie. So I don't know if I can believe that. You should keep it up and put the counter. I can't put new things on screen for a video that's up already. That can't be done. Of all the players, I'm going to be honest, Sophie is the one I know least about. She didn't come up much during my investigation. Do you think this whole situation will change YouTube no, I don't think it's... yes, that's the same Sophie. Creepy. I'm always coughing a lot. That's just what I do. I think it might be summer allergies. The too long didn't read. Okay. Bear with me. This might take a while to explain. Saber Spark was able to get into his old phones and old computers and found messages with Emily that painted a different story than the story that Emily told us. Thank you, the Lost King Cole. I'm trying to leave this behind. I regret nothing. Okay. Is Pan Pizza doing okay? I assume so. I don't know. Thank you for the donation. I watched a couple episodes of Time Squad after you brought it up, and wow, it did not hold up. Yeah. Time Squad does not hold up. Sheep in the Big City is one I haven't gotten to. Hopefully I'll get to it soon. I'm not in communication with Pan or anything like that, so I don't know. I don't know if he's doing anything. Uh, thank you, somebody. I'm sure Beckett does. He was in the comments a while ago. What does Pan Pizza have to do with this? I don't know. I guess we're all in the same community. Is there any update on Bonk's condition? He's probably tweeting about me right this second. Yes, I did do the Secret Saturdays. Just out of curiosity, how do you know the old text messages are real? On the screen, it shows Saber, like, literally scrolling through the text messages. Like, it's not just screenshots. Can you review Code Lyoko? I want to. Like, I still have all of my DMs with Beckett. Or not Beckett, Bonk. So, I would say that it's not a good idea for him to keep coming at me. I also have a witness to the call that we had. So, KP is screwed. KP is absolutely screwed. Like, I'm not talking about her because, like, I'm going to be honest, and this is what I keep telling people. There is legitimately nothing I can say that will make KP any more screwed than she already is. Why did the brony community become a hotbed for drama? The leading theory is that the leading theory is that the phrase was love and tolerate. So people ignored things and ignored things and ignored things until they couldn't ignore them anymore. I can't say firsthand because I was always an outsider in that community. KP is screwed, but is it bad to think she was a victim in some way because she was lied to? She knew who Emily was from the very beginning, and KP didn't do a thing to look into her backstory. Collab with Courtney Pete. I don't think Courtney Pete likes me very much. Yeah, I did collaborate with Voice of Reason. That was like a one-time thing, though. I didn't communicate much with most people back then. Is Bonk a part of this or just the middleman? Maybe it's best to hear from his mouth and ask him his involvement instead of me. You should, Mr. Enter, you should collab with Turkey Tom. Believe it or not, we actually did have a brief communication to basically bury the hatchet, years and years ago. And I haven't really thought of Turkey Tom since then. Is it possible Emily was misremembering the events, or was this just out of like, right now, that's Emily's defense, that she was misremembering things, that, and I guess right now it's up to you to decide whether or not you believe that. But if she was misremembering, the question becomes, how can we trust your memory of the actual events? So Saber found his old texts, and then he talked to Beckett. Well, he was talking to Beckett before then. And he was able to compare them with the talks that me and my team had with Emily. Not just her interview, but the actual DMs that me and my team had with Emily. Do you have a plan when YouTube AI takes your job? Do you call me to do you take me as a person to plan things? I don't do much collaboration. At least with my primary content. My teeth are fine now. Didn't Emily say... I don't have a good enough memory to quote her exactly. I have not seen Elio. Can Saber Spark's loss in subs following KP's video be used as proof of damages? That's not my decision, that's the court's decision. What was the aftermath after the trilogy you made on your ex-editor? This. This is the aftermath. I'm still friends with Lazy Bedhead. Like, Lazy Bedhead was invaluable behind the scenes during all this. Like, I just made the video, but without my team, we'd be nothing. So Saber... I don't... Like, Saberspark's community post said that he was looking into legal action. I don't know anything beyond that. I don't know who he's suing or what exactly he's doing. I do not believe that Saberspark is... I know for a fact he's not going to be suing me. I don't think he's going to be suing anyone on my team for defamation, no. Why did Lazy Bedhead private the Black Griffin video? I haven't asked her directly, but she did, like, talk with Beckett. And he seemed to convince her of stuff in the Black Griffin case. What is a gooner? This is a family-friendly stream, and we won't be talking about that. I hope my coughing issues get better, too. Any chance we will see a Danganronpa top 10 list? I don't do video games here. Unfortunately. Oh no, are you getting sick? Yeah. I'll say this again with Black Griffin. I've said that all I had to say about it in the actual video, and anything else about Black Griffin is simply put, not my case. Does Rebecca still have something to do with all this? Actually, yes. Because I put the clip of Rebecca talking about eating her boogers in the video, Bonk somehow thought that I, too, might be right-wing. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, Rebecca was, something. Bonk just made a tweet about you. He's been tweeting about me all day. Bonk is Brony Fandom. Why is Rebecca haunting us to this day? I'm blaming Kyle for that. The next video is probably going to be a small update to all of this. Kyle is the one who originally let Rebecca into my private server. But the next actual main video of my content is going to be planes. Who is Kyle? Kyle was an old creative partner of mine. I had to kick him out of my life because he was going on about Jewish conspiracies. Why does Bonk... I don't think Bonk didn't know any of the context. He just thought that I was making fun of this random person. Are you feeling okay? I just cough a lot. Yes, Planes 2 will be one of my angriest reviews. It's gonna be like 2014 up in here. Not... I have no idea, Lionhearted. Hopefully you're not Christian, Enter, because I assume it won't be easy one day. Is that really what Bonk tweeted? Like, I mean, like, if you believe in heaven and hell, it doesn't matter if I'm Christian or not. I'd still be judged at the end. Fun fact, though, I am a deist, not Catholic or Christian. I decided to reward myself for all this with Samurai Jack, and now I gotta do season 5. I am not in the Midwest. Have you laughed during the stream? Yes, I have laughed during the stream. I believe Bonk is currently the only user of the Brony Fandom account. What happened? Did Saber Spark respond to the recent video? Saber Spark went on record in Beckett's video. I did no such joke about Bonk's attempt. Have you seen the responses to your video? No, I haven't. Thank you, the Oplock. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. What is a deist? Thank you for the donation. A deist is basically a belief in God without religion. Basically. Nah, you didn't. But... yeah, I did not make fun of Bonk's attempts. Like, Bonk's attempt freaked me the fuck out. Like, I was trying to get in contact with people who could get in contact with him. Like, even in our DMs, that bonk, can we talk? That was the exact time he was trying to stream himself doing the deed. Yes, I am going to review both Planes movies. Yeah, I did call him not mentally well, which goes without saying. But I don't want him to do the deed. I don't want that for anyone. I'm not talking about Courtney, Pete. Can you review the moon cycles? No. Will you do a reflection? I'm reflecting on myself 24/7. Thank you, Dylan. You have no idea what you just did. You are welcome. Have you seen Centaur World? No, but I have a friend who keeps telling me to watch it. I was born in the 1990s. Can you reflect in a review on the hit TV show The Nut Shack? Maybe. They made a season 2, randomly enough. How did you feel about 12 Forever? I actually haven't seen the show. I just like the theme song. Did you have suspicions that Emmy was being dishonest with you? It was always a possibility. Do you have a favorite Danganronpa character? Kaede. Favorite Disney TV series? I don't know yet. Are you going to keep the video up? I don't think there's anything wrong with the original investigation. Like I said, from that video, it was a he said, she said. And at the time, that was what the evidence was. KZ, I'm not going to speculate on things I don't know. Out of curiosity, are there any critics to your KP Saber Spark video that you agree with? I haven't been going on my way to watch the critics. What was your thought on Saber Spark's video? I didn't actually watch that one. Do you think KPA will try to rebound from this? Exactly a month ago, she said that she was waiting for third-party information to drop before she made a response. And now all of the information has dropped, so I guess we're waiting on that now. Would you review Gargoyles? I'd love to review Gargoyles. Never ask any DR questions again. Oh no. I have one major problem with your KP video. Okay, yeah, hotel elevators may have security cameras, but you're not going to get the security camera footage from 10 years ago. You're just not. Like, sure, it may have been recorded, but you're not going to get the Any bad episodes of Samurai Jack's original run? I wouldn't call any of them bad. Some of them are pretty meh. Or a couple of them are pretty meh. But nothing outright bad, I want to say. Will this be your last time discussing this situation? Like I said, I'll probably be making a brief update video. It's not going to be like an hour long. It's just going to be recapping. And that'll probably be it. What would you call the weakest episode of Samurai Jack's original run? Probably Jack's Sandals. Any widely hated episodes of SpongeBob that you're a fan of? I don't actually hate Spongehenge, believe it or not. I hear Primal is very good. YouTube General. Best and worst episode of MLP Friendship is Magic. Y'all have to see that at some point. I don't know. I probably won't review Dragon Ball. Anime reviews are risky. Are you good at Tetris? Yes, I am so good at Tetris the game is boring to me. Anyway, let's... Is there any other questions about the matter at hand? Saber Spark found text messages that basically tell a different story than Emily did. That's the long and short of it. If you want the hour and a half long retrospective, you'll have to watch Beckett's video. So what's the move forward going on in regards to the situation? I think everyone's going to be trying to get back to their normal lives. I can't speak to Saber Spark's plans. I don't know what he's going to do. Yes, Beckett is Cope and Seethe. Should those... thank you for the donation. What do you think of adult animated themes? I don't know how to answer that question. Do you hope this is the last cartoon community drama you have to cover? I could say that I do hope, but this is not going to be the last cartoon community drama. Like... This community blows up all the time. All the time. Do you think Emily or KP should face legal consequences? I'm gonna say once again, that's for the courts to decide. Why get involved? It's a big mess. That is the answer to the question. Is there a community that doesn't have any drama from time to time? I wonder how the tying community is doing. I wish I was in that community. Did the laughing in the interview make you uncomfortable? I don't remember that. Right, if we don't address... If people with level heads don't address things like this, then it gets to bad places and bad people capitalize on it. Gargoyles community. Okay, Gargoyles and Boondocks, those are sub-fandoms, you know? Like, they're under the umbrella of the cartoon community. The drama community has less drama. That is incorrect. Remember the Just a Robot? Yes, I do. That's still baffling. I have not seen the Phineas and Ferb continuation. I want to. What is a sub-20 drama goblin? Those are people who just comment on drama without having any platform whatsoever. The Soulsborne community has little drama. I can think of at least one story off the top of my head. Right. On the internet, drama happens in any community. It's not escapable. Isn't Saber Spark married? I don't know. I don't know about his personal life, and I'm not inclined to ask. Thank you for the donation. What do you think of animated show with more mature things like violence? I haven't seen any of those shows, unfortunately. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the people who helped me with this video. They're all kind of, like, busy right now. Hey, let's not speculate on the guy's personal life, okay? I mean, still, like, his business is his business, you know? We're not talking about much, actually. Which one is worse, DeviantArt or Tumblr? DeviantArt right now is filled with a bunch of AI shit, and I think Tumblr is dead. I'm still processing Emmy's final response. Yeah, I usually don't like referring to these kind of situations as drama, because it kind of does, like, take it less seriously. What was her final response? It's in the video towards the end. But, like, drama is what happens between high schoolers. This is the more grown-up word, controversy. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, there's still random drama stuff that happens online. Like, random shit fights, but, like, these are scenarios that have life-altering implications. Let Bunk melt down. Like, he can say and do what he wants. Didn't you already say you're trying? That was in 2015. It's 10 years later. Life is different now. Did you share your I don't remember every little step along the way. I'd have to look. I don't think I've ever seen Sloan. Yeah, I'm still processing it myself that 2015 was 10 years ago. How'd you get a crown? I think that comes from members. If you bought a membership, you get that. Did you know that Mr. Beast is promoting AI? Yes. Yes, I did. I did see that. Now, that is the definition of drama. It's stupid people doing stupid things. I am not a member. I contributed no money. I have no idea. Thoughts on AI? That's not something I'm going to be talking about on stream. Any updates about Rebecca? No. Thank you. I am glad that my voice is calming. If Rebecca is on the internet, she's hiding. If you had to look at the situation again from the beginning, is there anything that you would do differently? I'm not entirely sure. Will you be looking into the Black Griffin allegations? No, that is not my case. Was Rebecca a public figure? Technically speaking, yes. Steven Universe does have good music. Not my case. Whose case is it? I don't know. Like, it's gonna take me a while to heal from this. What are your thoughts on Ian Corlett? I stated on the record, I believe that Ian Corlett is a douchebag. That is interesting, Creepy. I have many thoughts on Steven Universe. Many thoughts on the Steven Universe. How popular do you need to be for YouTube to make you a public figure, do you think? I mean, at 100,000 they send you a plaque, so let's say 100,000. Okay, there's only two people I chased off the internet. Rebecca and Ray Rance. I didn't chase off Nekopon. Mystic Mongrel is still trying to spam other people. And I think Sean Soar and Brandon the Brony Pony are still doing shit. Hello, Crimson. But as far as I'm aware, I have only chased two people off the internet. Would you say that Steven Universe has a better soundtrack than Animaniacs? I think so. Then what happened with the other Rose, the one who stalked you? I believe she's still out there somewhere. We are currently not on bad terms. What about Diaz Station? I didn't chase... I said one thing about him, and that's it. If that's what it took to chase him off the internet, I would be very surprised. What about Commodore? It was not me. I did not. What? What? Let's see. Telling the truth. Okay, yeah. Gotta have better music. Yeah, spell Cosmod. I am not the person who chased Cosmodore off the internet. That would have been... I wasn't even a... Right. There we go. Different music. My dental is fine right now. After Samurai Jack, what's the Unreal shows next? Symbiotic Titan. That's because it's very quiet for you guys. You probably haven't been hearing it the whole time. But yeah, Cosmodore was before my time in terms of investigations. But yeah, so far, I have only chased 2 people off the internet that I'm aware of. Yeah. How many episodes? It depends. What's the music? The music is Danganronpa music. Any evidence regarding Ian Corlett being a douche? Yeah, that recording that Beckett played in his first video. Do you plan on recovering? Okay, I don't plan this kind of stuff. I don't plan this. Also, Nekopon wasn't in the animation community. Or cartoon community. The next review is Planes 1. I have never played Kingdom Hearts, but I want to. Wasn't she an artist? Nekopon was an artist that did art for Rebecca and Phantom Strider, and that's it. Thoughts on Planes 1 is awful. How many CN shows have you checked off from watching? I think I got more than half of them. So what has happened to provoke you into investigating stuff like this? That's a mystery for you to solve. I don't know at this point. Planes 2 is the worst animated movie that I've ever reviewed. Like, I'm just gonna be blunt, like, right at it. Like, when I review Planes 2, it's gonna be the worst movie I've ever reviewed. Yes, worse than Rhapsody Street Kids. Rhapsody Street Kids has good music. The best episode of Dexter's Lab in seasons 3 and 4 is the earworm episode. Do you think Clarence will be a better version of Craig of the Creek? No. Turbo is a baby movie for babies. Is Planes 2 worse than Mars Needs Moms? Yes. Yes, it is worse than Elf Bowling, Norm of the North, and other... Elf Bowling and Norm of the North are kind of like funny, meme bad. Yes, Planes 2 is worse than the Emoji Movie. Do you guys not know the definition of every movie that I have ever reviewed? Like, there is no exception. There is no exception. Do you consider Tentacolino to be funny, meme bad? I mean, it's an episode where Captain Planet comes in. Is Planes 2 worse than Where the Dead Go to Die? No. It's not worse than that one, but that doesn't technically count because I didn't technically review it in an actual review. Yes, it's worse than Chicken Little. Where can I watch Where the Dead Go to Die? I can't guide you to that. What's the most middle-of-the-road mediocre thing you've seen? I Am Weasel is the most 5 out of 10 cartoon thing in existence. Planes 1 is on par with Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate, and Planes 2 is 10 times worse. Do you plan on remaking... I'm not entirely sure about the re-edits because, like... You know, like, what's the point? It basically just annoys people. It's basically a re-upload. I took care of all of the important ones. Yes, I have seen Megamind 2. Yeah, Where the Dead Go to Die is a very extreme movie. Like, depending on your jurisdiction, it may actually be illegal to possess. Would you do any more of the Gen 3 MLP reviews? If I can think of a way to make it interesting. No, it's fine. Just know I can't direct you to it. What was one of your least favorite moments of the Planes movie? I'll tell you the worst part of Planes 1. So, the message is that it doesn't matter what you were built for. You could do anything. But Dusty manages to win the race because he gets all of his parts replaced with, racing parts. The villain in Planes 2 wants everyone to die in a fire, because he didn't want to ruin the grand opening of his lodge. And in Planes 2, the main character constantly puts people in danger and almost gets people killed continuously. So what happened now with Saber Spark? Saber Spark was able to find his old text messages from like 2013. I have not seen The Day the Earth Blew Up. I haven't been able to get to the theaters lately, because all of my rides have been occupied. Everyone is busy. You'll have to watch Cope and Seethe's video for the in-depth look. But he was able to find his old text messages. When working on your video When I was working on my video, Beckett already did reach out to Saberspark, and even then he was off the record. And he also put out his own response video. No, I cannot drive. The text messages proved that the story is very different to what Emily said. I can't exactly say it offhand, but it's a very different portrait of reality. Just sail the open seas. Are you gonna cook Planes 2 DVD after you finish it? I don't have the physical DVD. Anyway, we'll be going for like 10 more minutes. Do you travel at all? Nah. What is the dumbest controversy in the cartoon community? I don't know. Was there something that gave you the impression that Courtney isn't fond of you? The fact that I criticized KP's video, Courtney doesn't seem to like anyone else who has. I do not have a license. I am like SpongeBob in that regard. The video is the latest one on Beckett's channel. It should be called Saber Spark Has Receipts. I have seen the first 2 episodes of Digital Circus. I do not have a learner's permit at present. Did you have any opinions on I Love Kim Possible Lot before this whole controversy? No. Before all this, I largely, forgot she existed, to be completely honest with you. Do you plan on getting a license? Not at present. Do you think that KP can never recover from this? Honestly, I have no idea how she would make a comeback. Like, that's just my genuine observation of the details. Like, she might surprise me, but I don't know. I mean, let's not delve into harsh judgments. Is Planes 2 worse than the Problem Solvers? That's not comparable. What's the worst Pixar movie? In my opinion, it's still Toy Story 4. Honestly, I have no idea if this makes KP's video better or worse. I really don't. I mean, you're free to have your own opinion on KP's content, but honestly, I'm not interested in kicking someone when they're this far down. Like, whatever you think of her content, whatever I think of her content, is irrelevant at this point. Do you read creepypastas? I used to a long time ago. I mean, KP can definitely put out a retraction. The problem is, her video came out 50 days ago. That's a bit late to put out a retraction, you know? Best Spyro game, 2 for 100%, 3 if you're not going for 100%. Right, like... Have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters? No, I have not. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly is the worst Spyro game. Any good foods you recommend? Fettuccine Alfredo is my favorite. Hello, Maddie. We're almost done here. Like, when it does come to KP, like, the biggest question is if she really believed Emily or not, and I don't have an answer for that right now. Never-ending Story Review is one that it's one that I dream of doing, but I know no one's gonna see it. Anyway... I think we're all good and done here. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for all stopping by. I'll update you all soon. See you all later.